Go.
Good evening. My name is Tanya Bailey Gracia, and this evening I just want to speak to you a little bit about the failing school districts. This has seemed to be a countrywide issue of many children not progressing in school the way that they should. I moved to Eastern Pennsylvania about 6 years ago, which all of my 5 children have attended the Eastern Area School District. Before I moved here, I really didn't know much about the district and the schooling in this area. That is something that definitely whenever anyone is moving, that they should always investigate what type of school districts they're moving into. Needless to say, my children attended the March Elementary School, the Eastern Area Middle School, and it wasn't the best of experiences that we've had. Let's start with the middle school. My son, who started in the 5th grade, he went from basically being on honor roll when we used to live in New York to really struggling in this here school district. At first it was, this work is too easy, but then it became a lack of, I have to say maybe teacher participation. The children seem to really be put in a situation where they have to learn a lot on their own. It's almost like an independent study. So let's now go to March Elementary School, where I had 3 children attending there. Now, I know not every child is going to be perfect, but when you have 3 children in the same school and they're all coming home with the same struggles and they're in different grades, it really makes you start to look at the possibilities of what could be transpiring in the school. So during last year, I had twins that were in the 3rd grade and I had 1 4th grader that were at the school. They were doing well at one point, but for some reason it really started to deteriorate. We had multiple meetings with the school board and the principal and the mediators at the school, only to come to find out they're now starting to introduce something called the Common Core program. The Common Core program, to my understanding, is a program that was adapted, I believe it was in England, a few years ago. Now, they don't know for certain if it's really going to work, but what they do want to do is try it. So when we asked the question of why is it you want to try this program, what we were told was it's because the government is now giving them a certain amount of funding towards the school if they do try this program. When asked where this funding will be going, there were no answers. So what I said to the principal was, it appears to me that this might actually be the children being used as guinea pigs. At one point when the 3rd marking period came around and we got our children's report card and pretty much not all of their grades were failing, but I want to say maybe about a quarter of the grades were failing, my husband and I decided that enough was enough. We were no longer going to send our children to the school, and we started to investigate into other schools, into another school district where we could send our children. Bless the Savior, yes, we did find an awesome school which they've been attending now for 1 year and have definitely done a lot better with this particular school. However, the situation is it's not a public school. It's a private school which we do have to pay out of pocket for. Now, not all families are in a situation where they're able to pay for their children's education, and that's really sad. However, there are a lot of programs that I have investigated in that will help with assistance. If you are living in a failing school district, there are programs out there that will help you pay for your children to go to school. Also, what we found was that at this point, going further, there were more resources that were available at the private school as opposed to the public schools. Now, I thought it was just our families, but then speaking with a lot of our other friends, we found out that their children were also struggling and they were also in the same school district. We decided that we weren't going to send our high schooler to the Eastern Area High School because they have a very high dropout rate. So we also have sent him to another school district to attend school. Because we live within a certain amount of miles, they are capable of attending these schools. Something else that has really become new in the schooling is cyber school. A lot of parents are opting to do either homeschooling or cyber school because they are so disappointed with what's going on in the public schools. Now, this is a serious issue and we have to nip this in the bud. If not, our children of tomorrow, what's going to happen to them? This is a very unfortunate situation, but I remember being in elementary school, we never had any of these issues. I demand and I press for you guys, you must attend the school board meetings, you must attend parent-teacher conference, because without this, you cannot blame just the teachers. You're going to have to take that responsibility too. You have to be your children's biggest advocate. So my advice is, let your voice be heard. You're paying taxes for a reason. Step up and let your voice be heard. Thank you. That is my output on the failing school districts.